According to the National Electrical Code, specifically Section 240.24c, the main service disconnecting means must be readily accessible. In the context of a duplex, this means that each tenant should have clear and immediate access to the disconnect that controls the power to their individual unit. The code defines readily accessible as being capable of being reached quickly for operation, without requiring those to whom ready access is requisite to climb over or remove obstacles or to resort to portable ladders, and so forth. When considering a duplex with subpanels in each unit but with the main disconnects located in an area not accessible to both tenants, it creates a direct violation of this code. The intention of the code is to ensure that in the event of an emergency, such as an electrical fire or other hazard, each tenant can quickly de-energize their electrical system without delay or impediment. If the disconnects are located in a locked room, a shared space that is consistently blocked, or any other area that prevents immediate access, it fails to meet the requirement of being readily accessible. The fact that the subpanels each contain fewer than 6 circuits does not negate the requirement for readily accessible main disconnects. This allowance, often referred to as the 6 disconnect rule, primarily applies to service equipment and allows up to 6 switches or circuit breakers to serve as the main disconnecting means for an entire service. However, it does not override the accessibility requirements outlined in 240.24c. Compliance with this section is essential for ensuring electrical safety and meeting code requirements. To rectify a situation where the main disconnects are not readily accessible, there are a few possible solutions. Firstly, the main disconnects could be relocated to a common area that is easily accessible to both tenants at all times. This might involve moving the disconnects to an exterior wall, a hallway, or another shared space within the building. Secondly, if relocation is not feasible, separate disconnects could be installed for each unit in a readily accessible location. This would ensure that each tenant has control over their own electrical supply. Thirdly, a system could be implemented that allows tenants to access the disconnects in a current location, such as providing each tenant with a key to the room where the disconnects are located. However, this solution would need to ensure that access is truly immediate and unimpeded at all times. It's important to consult with a qualified electrician to determine the best course of action for bringing the electrical system into compliance with the National Electrical Code. The electrician can assess the existing setup, identify any code violations, and recommend solutions that meet both safety and code requirements. Furthermore, they can perform the necessary electrical work to ensure that the changes are made safely and correctly. When evaluating the accessibility of disconnects, it's also important to consider the potential for future changes in occupancy. For example, if the duplex were to be converted into separate condominiums or apartments in the future, each unit would need to have its own readily accessible disconnect. Designing the electrical system with future flexibility in mind can help to avoid costly modifications down the road. Moreover, it's crucial to ensure that all electrical work is performed in accordance with local electrical codes and regulations. These codes may have additional requirements beyond the National Electrical Code, and compliance is essential for avoiding fines and ensuring the safety of the building's occupant. In summary, locating the main service disconnecting means in an area not readily accessible to both tenants of a duplex violates Section 240.24c of the National Electrical Code, regardless of the number of circuits in the subpanels. Compliance with this section is crucial for ensuring electrical safety, and a qualified electrician should be consulted to identify and implement appropriate solutions. Remember to always prioritize safety and adhere to all applicable codes and regulations when working with electricity.